It is not leads, it is lead. So we see that this object is available for synchronization. We'll click on synchronize. Once we click on synchronize, here are the list of fields available to synchronize within the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Some attributes are by default selected. Some attributes are by default selected. If you want to bring more attributes, you can select or deselect the check boxes against those attributes. We want first name of these leads, so we are selecting all these. Whatever data which is not required for your marketing automation, don't bring that data. We want email address, phone number. Sometimes we need first name, last name, all these things. So we have selected most commonly used data within our marketing automation, and we'll click on next option. Now you have an option to apply filter, and here comes an important interview question. And people will ask you this interview question in order to check your in-depth marketing implementation knowledge. The interview question would be, whenever you try to synchronize an object, what are the available filter options? What are the available filter options? Obviously, you are not going to bring full Salesforce data to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. It won't make any sense. We have to bring data which will definitely make sense for our marketing automation. Suppose there is a lead, but it don't have email address. Why you will bring to Salesforce Marketing Cloud? Because you cannot communicate. A lead won't have email address, phone number. That data is of no use. Even if you synchronize that data to Marketing Cloud, you are paying bill within Salesforce for that particular lead, and then you are ending up paying another billing to Salesforce for creating that particular record in Marketing Cloud. But is that record really useful in Marketing Cloud? It don't have email address, neither have any channel address which you will use to communicate. So there are around 3 filter options available which you have to answer. The first filter option is bring all those data which has email address. This is a very crucial option, because at least one channel address they should have so that we can communicate with them. There can be plenty of leads who don't have email address. Why we are bringing to Marketing Cloud? That is of no use. So we would straight away apply this filter, get all those records which have an email address. This is the most commonly used filter. Or you can apply a filter on the created date, when that lead was created. You might have to bring some recent records. You are a very old company. Suppose you are 20-25 years old company, but you don't have to get all those records created before 25 years. 25 years is a long span of time. People might change. People might get aged. They might change their preference. So you just want to have people who are recently created, like last 1 year, last 2 year, last 3 years. You have a data retention policy in Marketing Cloud that we will only market to those people who are created in last 3 years. Then you can have a created date setup that give all those records which are created after 2020. Okay. So on created date, you can apply filter. And third filter you can apply is on Boolean field, true or false field. You can have any custom or standard field on the lead object with a data type Boolean. Okay. The third filter can be applied on Boolean field, like has opted out of email. Like we manage unsubscribed in Marketing Cloud, there is a field inside Sales Cloud which is email opt-out field. There also we can manage a consent of a particular lead or contact. So this is a Boolean field. Similarly, you can have any other custom field as well created, which is a form of Boolean field. Okay. So you can apply filter on that Boolean field as well. So 3 types of filter: get all records who has email address, records created since date, or apply filter on any Boolean field. 3 types of filter you can apply on a synchronized data. I would prefer to have get all those records which has email address, because we have a new account set up. We have not used any old account, but to make sense for data to be utilized efficiently in marketing, we will have at least email address for all those records. And then the next and important interview question you will get is, what is the minimum and maximum time you can see data from Sales Cloud to Marketing Cloud when you are synchronizing? Suppose I create a new lead here. What is the minimum time I will see this new lead created inside the Marketing Cloud, and what is the maximum time also I can see this new lead created or visible or synchronized within Marketing Cloud? So the minimum time when this data will come to Marketing Cloud is 15 minutes. This is known as poll schedule time. They might ask you, what is poll schedule time? What is the meaning of poll schedule? What is the minimum poll schedule time? So minimum poll schedule time is 15 minutes, maximum is 1 hour. That means whatever actions have happened on your CRM, whether a new lead is created, a new contact is created, a new lead is updated, any field value in lead is updated, or contact is updated, or any customer standard objects you have synchronized, whether they are deleted, it takes minimum 15 minutes to be reflected in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and it takes maximum an hour. So maximum time we will have poll schedule time as 15 minutes. And click on save and synchronize. So these two important interview questions we have to understand. Each and every interview questions are important if you have to crack a world-class company's interview. So now whatever we are doing is we have started to synchronize all these data from leads object to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And the important question is where I can see all these data. I want to see this lead inside Salesforce Marketing Cloud. The lead. Yesterday I created my lead. I want to see this lead in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So where I can see this lead. So guys, we have studied 3 different types of data extensions. If you remember, we studied standard data extension. We studied filtered data extension. We studied random data extension. There are 2 more types of data extension in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. There are plenty more types of data extensions, but we will start understanding even broader categories of data extension now. With Salesforce Marketing Cloud Connect, you have an option to enable synchronization of objects to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Whenever you synchronize an object, that object data would be visible inside a new type of data extension only enabled after connecting Salesforce with Marketing Cloud is the synchronized data extension, which is the 4th type of data extension in Salesforce Marketing Cloud we are going to see. First was standard, second was random, then filtered. We already spoke about that. Now we are going to see synchronized data extension. So whenever any object data is synced, you see that there are 7 leads synced. Few leads are dummy leads provided by Salesforce. 1 lead I created. Okay, here we have filter is my leads, my important leads, but there are few dummy leads provided by Salesforce, around 6 dummy leads. That is why you see 7 count here. So now you see that contact registration pending. Soon, if you refresh this, you will be able to see a message that synchronization is complete. So where you will find all these data inside Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So you will find all these data into a synchronized data extension. You will find all these data inside a synchronized data extension. So suppose we have integrated lead. So it will auto form a synchronized data extension lead underscore Salesforce. If we have integrated contact object, then it will automatically create a synchronized data extension to hold contact data whose name will be contact underscore Salesforce. If you have integrated opportunity object, then it will automatically create a data extension with name opportunity underscore Salesforce. So if you go to data extension, you see data extension, then you see a folder named synchronized data extension. We sync the lead object, and you see lead underscore Salesforce is a data extension created. Once I open this, I'll be able to see all those attributes which I selected for synchronization. I'll be able to see all those attributes and the leads which are present. One lead which I created was Harshit Suri, whose lead ID is, let me get that lead ID. This is the lead ID of the lead which I created. You will be able to find that lead ID here. Okay, this is the lead which I created. Remaining leads were previously created or are dummy leads. This lead yesterday I created in front of you. But info.salesforce.com, info.salesforce.com, all these leads are the dummy leads. Few leads I created earlier. This was the lead which I created yesterday. So you will see all those leads created and available here. But if I go and delete this lead, that means some operations happened on Sales Cloud. So now after 15 minutes, just exactly after 15 minutes, if you come and check this leads underscore Salesforce data, you will be able to see 6 leads, because the minimum poll schedule time we have set is 15 minutes. So all the synchronizations happen automatically based on the poll schedule time. Let's integrate another object. Let's see if we have some contacts also available. We don't have any contact. Let me create a contact. So I've created a contact. Once I created a contact, right, I'll be able to synchronize that contact object as well. We'll go to data source option. We'll go to synchronize data source, select the data source, set up object. Once we set up the object, we have to identify contact object, search that. We can click on synchronize option. You can select what all fields you want, like phone number I want, first name I want, click on next, apply filter, give all those contacts which has email address, keep poll schedule time as 15 minutes, save and synchronize. So this will create a synchronized data extension when synchronization will be complete, which will have around whatever records it has in contact, it will be showing that record. So here another synchronized data extension will be created, soon created. It is saying still populating, so let's refresh it and see how it works. So now what are the properties of synchronized data extension? Synchronized data extension is a data extension which gets created whenever you integrate Salesforce with Salesforce Marketing Cloud and integrate an object, synchronize an object with Salesforce data source. Whatever object you create or synchronize, a synchronized data extension is created with object name underscore Salesforce as the data extension name. Synchronized data extensions are by default marked as sendable, but you cannot send emails to this data extension. If I go and open my email studio, you cannot go and send email to any of the synchronized data extension. No matter, you see here the property of this data extension is sendable, But synchronized data extensions cannot be used for any sort of communications. Synchronized data extensions cannot be part of any sort of communications. So this will be a trickier question in interview. Can we send communications to synchronized data? How you are going to send email or any communication to a Salesforce data? This can be a question. The question can be, how can you send communication to Salesforce data? This can be the interview question. So one way is we get the data within sync data extension. But sync data extension, though it is sendable, you cannot send communication. Let's try it. Suppose this is the survey form we have to send. Suppose this is the survey form we have to send to a synchronized data extension. We'll open this survey form and click on send option. We won't be able to find the synchronized data extension there. Click on send option. Click next. You will find lists, data extensions, shared data extensions, data filter, suppression lists, Salesforce data extensions, Salesforce campaigns, but you can't find a synchronized data extension. You can't find a synchronized data extension. So those synchronized data extensions are marked as sendable, you cannot send. So coming back to question, how can you send communications to Salesforce data? One way is first sync the data within a synchronized data extension. Once that data is synced to synchronized data extension, the second thing is filter out data from the synchronized data extension. So suppose these are the list of contacts I synced. Last one is the contact which I just created. Now this is the Salesforce data. I have to send communications to this Salesforce data. So either you copy this data to standard data extension without filter, or with or without filter means how you will copy using SQL. I will show you. Or directly apply data filter on the sync data extension. So first let's go to email studio, because from contact builder you cannot easily filter out any record. So let's go to email studio and let's open this synchronized data extension from there. So suppose I have to send communications to contacts object. I have to send communications to contact object. So the first way is to filter out. If I have to send communications to all contacts, means there are around 10 contacts, then I will say contact key is not null. Contact key is not empty or not null, both. Save and build. Okay. Contacts underscore Salesforce data extension. Choose a folder. So this is the main folder I choose. Click on save. So now what it has done, it has filtered out the synchronized data extension, got all the 10 contacts into a new data extension which is filtered. And filtered data extensions can be used to send communication. So if you see here, go to data extensions. So this is the contact underscore Salesforce data extension, which is a filtered data extension which contains 10 records. If you see, you can send communications. This is the one way. Or the second way is to copy the data using SQL activity. The second way is to copy the data using SQL activity. How you will do that? Suppose this is the contact underscore Salesforce data extension, and you have to get this data to another data extension. So what you will do? Duplicate this tab and create another data extension and use SQL activity to copy that data. We'll go to Automation Studio. Once we open the Automation Studio, we'll create a new automation. Data copy or import activity. Import activity had two options: data copy or import. Create new copy or import activity. Sorry. We have to select data from a data extension. But you cannot copy a data from a synchronized data extension. I thought that option would be available, but you cannot directly copy. So let's skip this step. What we have to do is we have to use an SQL activity here. But to use SQL activity, we have to have a target data extension. So let's create a target data extension. Let's click on create. OK. Underscore copy. We will write the name. Next. Let's copy only 2-3 attributes like contact key I want, and account ID I want, contact key, account ID, email address. These three details I want. So I have created this data extension where I'll be copying all those records. Then I'll go to automation, click on choose option here, create new SQL activity, data extension copy. We'll click on next option. We'll add select. What all fields you have to select? Underscore contact key as underscore contact key as contact key, then account ID, and then email we have to get from this synchronized data extension contact underscore Salesforce. Synchronized data extensions can also be queried. So we see that we have validated the records. Click on next option. Select the data extension where you want to store this data. Next. finish. Click on save. Run this automation once. Click on run now. It is copying the data. Let's wait. So this automation is complete. Let's go and validate if we have that data. And we do have that data copied. We do have that data copied. So guys, the answer of this question, how you send communications to Salesforce data, the first is, data sync. We have to sync the data. Then we can copy this data to another data extension. Writing SQL, it would make sense if you have some filter criteria for SQL as well, or you can directly go and apply filters, okay, using a filter data extension. So these both combinations are one way, and these combinations are non-real time communications. Data within sync data extension, this is non-real time way.